Hello and welcome to Learning from Lauren. I am Lauren, your host, and today we are going to talk about when you need help as a travel agent and you don't know where to turn, or you're just so overwhelmed. Where can you go? Where can you get help? So if you don't know, I'm Lauren. I'm a travel advisor. I've also been a teacher for 21 years. When I became a travel agent, I saw that there were some holes in training processes and people figuring out how to become a travel agent. So I made a channel. I'm not an agency owner. A lot of people out there are agency owners trying to tell you about it. And I just find that that is coming from an agency owner's perspective, and that a lot of people just need that peer-to-peer relationship of another travel agent helping them out. So when I started during COVID, because, when travel isn't happening, that's the best time to become a travel agent, definitely. It had been on my mind for a long time, and I thought that it had to be done a specific way and that there were certain criteria. And it was one of those professions that people kept saying, well, you need experience before you can get hired. And it's like, well, how can I get experience before I get hired anywhere? Like, how does that work? Um, so it can be really, really hard in the beginning. And I don't mean that in a discouraging way. I mean that in a preparing way, that you definitely can do it. And it's a lot of hard work. But in the beginning, the hardest part is that there's so much you have to do on your own. And if you're not a business person and you haven't owned your own business before, it can be very hard because you basically are starting your own business. You are an independent contractor. You are, whatever you sell, you make. And it, there's just a lot of components when you open up a business. And I don't think people realize that when you start, that you basically are opening up your own business, and however you open it up is fine, and however you run it is fine. But there are a lot of things that can be challenging in the very beginning. So when you're first starting out, I hope that you've picked the right travel agency and that your agency owner is working with you, or there's some other travel advisor that is helping you out and working with you, because you just need that kind of support. You should be, connected with some other agents when you're talking, like the other agents that are in your agency. You should be able to talk to them, and there should be meetings and things like that. And that might fluctuate time wise and things like that, but you should be able to reach out to people here and there to do things. Now, with that being said, you also have to be independent. And I know that's such a hard thing to say, but you have to have some direction on your own to kind of figure some stuff out. And that can be really, really hard. So hopefully you can have some sort of mentor in your agency, or someone that you can reach out to in your agency to just better get an understanding of what it is that you should be doing day to day, or what it is that you should be focusing on, or how, what you're going to set things up as in your agency, or as an agent in the agency. Now, that might not be enough for you. There are options to get mentors depending on it just depends on what your agency kind of has. But I do know that if you're in Travel Leaders, there's a mentorship program that you can kind of join there. If you're in Nexion, there is another mentorship that you can join in there. You also can even just reach out to different people that you see as travel agents and see if they can be mentors. Please don't reach out to me. My bucket is full. But don't be afraid to ask people if they can help you or mentor you, and kind of set up some sort of, maybe once a month check-in to see, like, hey, can I, where do you think I should go next? Those types of things. Just understand, if you're asking someone, you are asking if you can pay them to be your mentor. But those are all options that you can do. Now, other things that you can do is maybe you and a few agents in your agency separately meet and you guys talk. Or I will say, like, as a travel agent, you're working alone and you're working in your agency, but don't be afraid to reach out to other agents to ask for help. And I don't mean help like, how do I book this trip? I'm talking like, do you have any suggestions on what I should do? And I will say, when I first started out, there were other people who were becoming travel agents at the same time. I don't know why during a pandemic everyone thought to become a travel agent, but I was friends with someone and she did a really amazing job. Like, she came out of the gate and she just like kicked butt becoming a travel agent. Like, she's amazing. She just came out and I would message her all the time and be like, "Oh my gosh, like, how are you doing this?" And then she would tell me what she would do, and you have to understand there was an age difference. She's much younger than I am. She was getting married at the time, no kids, just a different type of lifestyle than I have because I am married with a child. Um, and she just had time to focus on doing all the things that everyone says that you should do when you first become a travel agent. I won't tell you to do those things because I don't think that that's the best way, but she did it and she came out of the gate and she was a freaking rock star. And she's still a rock star and she can still do it. And that's her lifestyle because of her lifestyle choices. So understand that, like, I am a mother, I am a full-time teacher, and I am and obviously I'm a wife, and I'm a travel agent. So there's 4 things right there, okay? And I have to fit this in when I can fit this in. This is for like part-time work, like, how can I get it done? And I don't beat myself up if I can't get everything done, because if I can get everything done for my clients, that's the most important part. And everything else is just like an added benefit. Now, there are Facebook groups out there that you can join. Again, join them knowing that not every group is going to be great and not every group is going to be helpful. And you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt, because if you haven't seen my Facebook group video before, you should go back and check that out. But like, I'm in ones for Disney, Universal, and cruising, and they're all I can ask a question in there and they can answer it. And that's sometimes just like what you need. Like, what time does this open? Or does anyone know if this is open? Those types of questions. Or like, can anyone recommend transportation in this location? And the group may or may not be able to help you, but at least you have a place to go. And that is something that is helpful. So that is it. I will also say, I already mentioned in this video, no, I cannot take on any more mentorships. That is part of my job as a travel agent with Carry On the Magic that I work for. And I need to make sure that I focus on those people. But I will say that I do have a course for you if you are interested, and the information is below. So if you are interested in like really becoming that independent travel agent and just improving your skills and working on the part that your agency will not help you with, like, this is not stuff that your agency is going to help you with. So this is where, you will get that extra information. So if that interests you, you can check that out below. But that will do it for today's video. Thank you for stopping by, and please let me know if you have questions, and I'd love to help you. That's it for Learning for Lauren, and I'll talk to you next time.